Working this hard for a reason. Been a minute trying to make it. Saying, baby, this is our season.
What up, though? Welcome to the Hus-Band Show podcast, where we discuss love, life, and laughs. I am your moderator, Perry.
And I'm Trouble T. Roy.
Got your boy Vince.
All right. So Vince got some topics for us today. I know he don't like reading out loud to the class, but he gonna do that shit today.
She said, I don't read well.
Reading is fundamental.
Reading is fundamental.
They got them specs. He got them
Yeah.
sexy specs.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it.
The
I was over here looking through my specs like, damn, I might have to get them little lines in my
That
shit.
goddamn Bryce is producing today, so I just want you to know this is what you got to look forward to, baby. Readers.
Yeah,
See
it's coming.
now.
It's coming, young fella.
Yeah.
So which one was the first one?
Yeah. What you got? Why you got a? Never mind.
What?
Stay out your business.
What
I'm
I do?
looking in your glass case.
Oh, the lens wipes?
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was something
That
else.
was a condom.
Yes, I did. My bad.
I ain't used a condom in 30 years. But
Can't you tell, but I got.
yeah. Okay, so what do you think your children have learned by being a witness to your marriage over the years?
That's a good one because I have one of my children down here right now.
Right.
I think they know. Bryce, tell me if I'm wrong. The value of family. Yes. This nigga got his earbuds. He wasn't even listening.
I could have told you that.
Oh God. Well,
Right.
I think they learned the value of not listening.
I'm under the assumption.
Well, I think mine personally, they probably learned, the value of family, working, my favorite saying, being a decent person. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying, and the things that you could gain from love and marriage and a family and a good dynamic. So, I think they've learned some stuff. They still feeling their way,
Yeah.
and none of them want to be married or have kids right now. Because they know how serious that shit is. So,
Right.
They're not even in that, like, psh. Bryce, you ain't even in a relationship, are you?
No, not really.
See?
You're not feeling it.
They
right.
ready. They're going to do it when they know the time is right. Because I think
Right.
they seen it from us. So,
I think my kids learned a lot of shit, man. I think they seen, the happy times and them having wish lists and us being able to fulfill whatever they want for their birthday and Christmas and vacations and all of that shit, man. I think they seen a lot, and they also seen, and heard me and my wife argue.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's a part of the household, so they was there to see, or hear more or less, the ups and downs in that area. So I think they learned that it's gonna be trials and tribulations. It's gonna be a lot of good and some bad. You just got to stick the shit out.
yeah.
And
Anything
what I
worth
would
having
encourage
is-
them, man, and this is something that's kind of crazy to me, man. I hear it more and more. People like, well, I want to wait until I get myself together. Or I want to wait until I this. I want to wait until I'm that. We ain't do that shit.
No.
No.
We built together.
Exactly, man. You take a chance
Yeah.
because you don't know what tomorrow gonna bring.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no, I'm gonna be all the way right, perfect before I run into you. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't gonna happen,
with the
man.
kids nowadays,
Right.
they waiting. They want to have what we have now, and it don't
From
go
the
like
beginning.
that.
From the beginning.
Talking about the house, the cars, the kids, you financially stable, blah blah
Right.
blah. It don't go like that. You got to meet somebody
Yeah,
and make that shit happen.
yeah. And you got to crawl before you take off running and shit, man. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Let alone walk. They ain't even trying to crawl or walk. They want to just automatically be
They want to be like
flying.
us.
Yeah.
How dare you?
What the hell,
What
man?
you think, Vince?
I mean, I think my kids have learned. I know for one thing, is family first. You know what I mean? That bond that they have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's like two separate entities. Like me and my wife got our thing. You know what I mean? We've been doing our thing for years, but they got their own separate thing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can look at it like the phone. We got the family text,
There
group
you go.
text,
There you go.
and then they got their own shit. So they talking about something that
They
we're not
don't
even
wanna-
on.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
And it's
yeah.
always been that way. We just didn't realize it.
And it's not a bad thing.
No, it's a good thing.
It's just some shit they want to talk about. They don't want y'all involved in because
Right.
they know shit gonna come with some of the shit they say.
Exactly. And then I'm cool with that because I know you know, by chance if me and her are gone, they're gonna look out for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, it's family first, man. Family first.
Yeah. And that's one thing I try to stress with them, especially the producer, Bryce. Dude, we're not gonna be here forever. Your brother and your sister.
Yep.
That's all you gonna have,
That's
man.
it, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Nobody on the outside gonna give a fuck.
Nah, they don't give. You think they do,
You think they do?
but it's not like that.
They come to the events and eat the potato salad. But,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Depend on who made it.
right.
Yeah.
Who brought that damn potato salad?
Brought that damn salad.
We eat that cornbread.
Right.
Yep. What's that? You got another question over there?
Yeah. It's a part 2 to it.
Oh yeah.
And I gotta give a shout out to my sister-in-law, Kirsten Simon.
What's
She
up,
always-
Kirsten Simon? That might be related.
Hey, what the
to you,
hell,
boy.
man?
Hey man, I'm telling you, we digging into some shit.
Look at that.
We digging into some shit.
You and Tiff might be related.
Yeah.
His wife.
It could be, hey,
She got family in Detroit.
and I got a gang of family that's from Alabama.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
That's
Lord,
where the
this is-
Simon's from, matter
Yeah.
of fact.
This hey,
Shout out to my cousins in Alabama, man.
yeah, man. I'm
Shit.
telling you.
Yeah.
telling
Shout
you.
out Alabama, man. We wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for places. You know what I'm saying? The
Hey,
South. Let's
man.
keep it real, bro. Shout out
Look
Bessemer.
here.
Shout
I
out
had some
Flatwood.
great memories of being in Birmingham, Alabama as a kid.
Okay.
Man, I'm talking about my Aunt Winnie house. Her and my uncle Frank used to live right next door. And being kids, man, we used to just have 2 houses. When we come to visit from Detroit,
Yeah.
you know, we got 2 families that literally live right next door
Yeah.
to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Antris and Rika, you know, they stayed in one house, and then my cousin Karen, you know, that's my Uncle Frank's daughter, they stayed in the other house.
Okay.
And my Aunt Winnie, my Uncle Frank was brothers and sisters.
Okay.
That was my granddaddy's brothers and sisters.
Okay.
So that was my daddy's uncle and aunts.
Gotcha.
My great aunts and uncles,
Great
you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Man, we had so much damn fun being there, man. Shout out to all my cousins in Alabama.
Man, for real.
I know Antris doing great.
real.
Rika, Karen, Kenny, little ass.
Yeah.
Man, look here, man. I love all my family up there. I just got
I'm
hella
telling you, I
shots
used
out.
to go down there in the summertime, and I regret how much I didn't like going down there. But I was a little kid from the city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you go down there, bro, it ain't nothing but railroad tracks, houses in the middle of nowhere. But
Man.
when I went to Flatwood with my father, I can vividly remember being a little ass boy.
Okay.
Going outside, out back, and they was like, catch the chicken. We're going to cook for dinner today. My dumb ass out there chasing that chicken around. They laughing like a motherfucker. Because you know I ain't about to catch that motherfucker.
Right,
man.
right.
They laughing. My little fat ass just running around like, I'm
Hey,
getting
them
that.
goddamn chickens to be an animal that can't fly, them some elusive motherfuckers,
Very.
man.
Very.
I mean, that
Very.
fight or flight kick in on their ass
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah, so I want to do like you, Troy. I want to shout out Alabama. I want to shout out Bessemer and Flatwood. If it wasn't for them,
My
it
family
wouldn't be
from
no
Bessemer,
me.
man. They from
Well-
Bessemer. That's where they at.
The thing about it with me, I never left. I'm still, you know what I'm saying? I have family in the city. I have family on the outskirts. And back when I was growing up, the outskirts was still the fucking country. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you got Atlanta,
Yeah,
but anything outside of Fulton County
Yeah.
was still coming.
that's crazy.
It's here now.
And
So I had
it's
a foot
too
in.
much of it.
Yeah. I had a foot in both worlds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Summertime out here, boy, 115 degrees seemed like, but you didn't give a fuck.
Dog, being a kid of, like I said, my daddy worked for Ford. And everybody that work in the automotive industry is shut down during the summer. They have
Okay.
shut down from like, I don't know the exact dates, but the shit be shut down for 2 weeks.
Right.
And that's around the time they get their vacation pay and
Yeah.
all that shit back then. So as soon as shutdown hit, we on vacation.
Yeah.
And my daddy was a truck driver. And we always had brand new Lincolns and Cadillacs and shit. So as soon as he get a chance to put one of them cars on the highway,
They
we out.
loved it, bro. They
We in the
loved
car,
that
man,
ride,
for
bro.
2
Oh, yeah.
weeks. We done drove literally for 2 weeks. We on vacation driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can tell y'all, man, as a kid, I seen damn near every single state I've been to.
I feel
Because
you.
my daddy, man, I'm going to tell you how cold he was. He don't need no map. He done drove the road so many times, he can tell you visually what you going to see.
Yeah.
Right.
Like he gonna like, yeah, take 218, and when you get down to 171, you gonna see blah blah blah. Hit a right and take that to this. Like he know every freaking route.
Yeah.
Right.
And so our vacations was always centered around driving.
Yeah.
We started off in Alabama. I don't give a damn where we went.
Yeah.
The very first stop was Bessemer. We go in there
Bessemer.
first, and we gonna spend the better part 3-4 days, maybe a week,
Okay.
you know, in Bessemer, and then we're gonna leave there, and then we're gonna track, and then make our way back home.
Yeah.
But it was a 2-week haul every
got
single
you.
summer.
I got an uncle, man. Shout out to my Uncle Eddie, my granddad's brother.
Shout out Uncle Eddie in this piece.
Yo, every Lincoln, every year growing up, every fucking new Lincoln that came out, he had that bitch. Even the ugly ones. The Mark IVs and the Mark V.
Versailles.
Right.
Everything I know, we had a Versailles.
Ooh.
Now that was the ugliest one they ever made.
Boy.
Yeah.
My daddy had a gold Versailles.
Oh, shit.
Matter of fact, my cousin Cheryl took. I think she got her driver's license driving that car, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And that was
remember
like
my
a
mother,
19. I don't even know what year that damn
Yeah,
thing
she
was.
worked
Like
at
80 and
Ford.
79 or some shit. They made them little bitty ass Lincoln Versailles.
Yeah. Yeah.
My daddy had all his cars. He basically used to pick them out.
I'm thinking
You know,
about
before
what
they
my
met, 'cause he
mother,
worked
she
at
used
Ford.
to work at Ford, and she used to come home with a new car. Like, never told us. You know what I'm saying? Like, just pull up with a new whip.
Just pull up with a new one.
Well, not just pull up, because them bitches was all big as hell.
Yeah.
But-
You floated up.
Yeah.
You floated
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, man.
Them
Always
big
a Ford. Always
Continentals,
a
town
Ford.
cars.
Yeah.
We had them all, man. I mean, one year, man, we had a cousin reunion. We used to have cousin reunions and shit in my family. And there was my mom and them age group. So the little kids obviously be tagged along.
Right.
But one year, man, I swear we had 10, 15 Lincoln Continentals
Sitting
in our
in the
family.
yard.
Like, for whatever reason,
Mm-hmm.
like 76, 77, somewhere in that area.
Yeah.
Like, literally, 10 or 15 people in our family had the same car.
Yeah.
So when we went on cousin reunion, man, we was a line of
You
big
gotta
ass
know.
Lincolns
Vince don't know.
headed
but
to Pennsylvania.
tell them how real it was in Detroit with the cars.
Oh, man.
Like, it wasn't just motor capital. They didn't just
No.
say that shit because they made cars. They're like, bruh,
No.
that was your fucking identity
Oh,
in
no doubt.
Detroit.
No
in
doubt.
Michigan. I ain't going to just say, I'm going to say Michigan.
All of Michigan.
And
That
my
was
daddy
your
was known
identity.
for one of them. My daddy was known to be that guy, man.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I'm going to teach you some crazy shit, man. Before they put dual exhaust on luxury cars,
Yeah.
my daddy was the very first person to do it.
Damn.
1991.
Okay.
He ordered a brand new 91 Continental. It was the first time the body style came out.
Yeah.
Triple black. And he told him, I want dual exhaust. And the people like, what? We don't make no shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do that. He said, no, I won't do it. No, we can't do that. We can't do it. Okay, no problem. So they put the regular exhaust on there. Before he picked the car up, he took it to a muffler shop.
Mm-hmm.
Told the man at the muffler shop, this is what I want you to do. He took the pipe, split it, cut a little shit in the bottom of the bumper, made it fit right, put the tips out the back, put the car back on the lot. When he came to pick that car up out there in, I forget the name of the Lincoln dealership out there in Dearborn on Michigan Avenue. We went out there to pick the car up. It was a crowd of people
Around it.
standing around the car, man. Triple black, 18-inch Dayton's with dual
With
exhaust.
shit talkers on the back.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Lincoln
sir.
Ford started putting that shit on every car.
Yeah, man.
He ain't never get no recognition or none of that
They
shit.
all doing that shit.
But he
now
was
with
the first person to
motorcycles
do
and
it.
everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
What, you got another one over there?
Oh, yeah.
'Cause
Oh,
we
yeah.
about to
Part-
start talking cars.
We about to. I was about to tell you about my grandma's Gremlin.
Well, go ahead, because we had a Gremlin, too.
Oh boy, I miss that car, man. I miss all them cars. When you growing up back then, you took that shit for granted.
Yeah.
My pops had a fucking Seville, Cadillac Seville, the one with the slanted back.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
84,
I know what you
84.
talking about.
That bitch was diesel.
Yeah, we had the diesel boy,
Yep.
Yeah.
triple blue.
In the wintertime, you had to plug that motherfucker in.
He
So
put
the
the
glow
fake.
plug
He put
can
the
stay
fake
warm,
rack,
exactly. Yes,
fake
sir.
convertible on that one. He was the first person to do that shit.
Put the
Yeah.
convertible on
He
it.
put the. It wasn't a real convertible top though. It looked convertible, but it was actually a vinyl top. It wasn't vinyl, but it was an actual top.
Yeah.
But it looked like convertible.
So
Yeah.
it was faux.
I got to show y'all pictures, dog. My daddy was the first to do that shit.
Yeah.
Triple blue with the fake convertible top on that Seville. That was
Daddy
a
used to-
bad son of
He
a
used to
bitch.
change the color of his car.
Diesel.
Like,
Damn.
dude, I didn't. One day he pull up, he had a white damn Impala. Next time he pulled up, that bitch was blue. I'm like, why does this dude keep painting all these cars? But his shit was always fresh though, bro, and clean. I remember one time he had took me somewhere. I don't know why he left me in the car by myself, dude.
Oh, they did that all the time. They did that
But
all
he
the time.
came outside, nigga. I was on the grass, standing in the seat, doing like this. He
Holy
was chasing
shit.
the shit out the car. He was like, "No, stop, bro." I don't even know what I'm doing right now, so I damn sure can't stop the car.
Exactly.
He had to chase the car, bro. I couldn't touch the pedal, but you throw that bitch in gear, it's
It's
gonna
going.
go.
It's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going.
And back then they ain't had no safety thing on that shit. I ran my
Nah.
sister over as a little kid like that, man.
Yeah.
I think I was 3 or 4 years old or some shit. I don't even know if I was that. I was little.
Okay.
to a point where I actually remember doing it. I
Yeah.
jumped in the car, and that same shit, messing around because I love cars, man.
Yeah,
Ever
man.
since I was a baby, and I'm in there messing around and shit, and put the car in gear and ran my sister over, man.
Whoa.
Real shit.
Damn.
Ran her over, dog.
Good
I was a
God.
baby when that
Oh,
shit went
man.
down. I mean, I was little.
Yeah, you just brought me down. What
Yeah.
you got?
Well, she definitely didn't die.
No, I know she
straight,
okay,
you know what
but
I'm saying? Everything was
doctor.
good.
Yeah, I know she
Didn't
okay,
die.
but you
Yeah.
just brought me down.
All right, so part 2 of that same little question. What are your thoughts on the idea of a black single mother being masculated by single parenthood?
Well, Troy, you want to go first? Because I'm going to think about that one a little
Gotta
bit.
think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one too, man.
I
Shit.
think it's sad, but
So-
at the same time, it's necessary. If she's a single mother, ain't no father in the house. Somebody
You got a boy,
right.
especially.
Somebody got to punch that motherfucker in the chest.
Yeah. But see,
But we talked about that, man. See, that's one of them things where it take the village. You know
It
what
do.
I'm saying? Because no matter what she do, she ain't never been a man.
True.
So her influence for sure gonna be in his life. But she ain't never been a man, so she ain't gonna be able to. That's some shit you just can't duplicate.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't give a damn what you know. It's a whole lot of shit you can duplicate, but you just can't do that, right? So, yeah, that's a tough one. That's when the village got to kick in. That's when
And
I'm
not
getting that
only
little boy
that-
involved in all kind of community activities.
Yeah.
I'm putting him around, environments where he gonna have to fend for himself. Not meaning I'm putting him somewhere where he gonna be harmed,
Right.
but I'm gonna put him somewhere where he gotta actually think and use his brain and figure shit out without help. There's things you can do as a single mother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can put him in situations where he gonna have to man up without somebody, like we was talking about.
I was just about to say
man
sports.
up, stop being a punk.
Yeah,
blah, blah,
and
blah, blah.
sports,
Right.
sports, and leave
In
and
sports,
leave him alone.
definitely.
Put him
Leave
in the
him alone,
sports,
right.
and back the fuck up.
Don't be
Yep.
hovering over
Yeah.
him.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And
Yeah.
let
That's
him
what I was
fall,
just about
you know what I'm saying? He
piggyback
gonna have
off
to
what
fail
you
a little
said.
bit.
Her taking on that role and doing that's needed. But now, what about her personal life?
Yeah.
And when she finds somebody that she wants to be in a relationship with, now she got that shit in her. You know what I'm saying? And as soon as whoever the dude is says something to the boy,
It's gonna be an
it's
issue.
gonna be see, it's that's a double-edged sword right there, bro.
But I
because-
think where the dudes mess up is they try and take on it, assume that role too soon. Like you gotta get ingrained within that situation before you can start rah-rahing. You feel me? You can't come in day one. You gotta show her that she can trust you first, as with the decisions that you make as a man, before she gonna allow you to fucking try and instill some of that shit in her son.
yeah.
And a lot of times cats come in, they think that's their day one job, and it's
Yeah,
not.
but then you got some of these boys that needed day one.
They
Like,
needed day one.
Yeah,
you
but
gotta
see,
sit
I'm
back.
gonna tell you something though, man. That's some real delicate shit you messing with.
Yeah, it is.
Because as a coach, I could tell when the mama was ready to jump in and protect. You know what I'm saying? So I can only imagine being a companion,
Oh my god.
in that situation, because there's times where the mama that's just nature. She gonna protect. You know what I'm saying? And because again, she ain't never been a man, she don't understand that outer ledge that we pushing needs to be pushed.
Yeah.
Right? Because if we don't push them buttons early,
Got to.
what happens is as they get older, they become out of control. You
Yeah.
can't push the button because
It's too
every
late.
time the button even get grazed,
Yeah.
they fly the fuck off.
Right.
But if you start pushing the button early, and you start having adversity as a young man, it don't be as big as you get older. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you gotta have that male's voice to create some of that adversity. Now here's the thing though, you can't be dating, right? And now take on and assume the responsibility of that voice. That's something that's got to be given to you.
Yeah.
And you said it early. You got to earn that respect.
You got
know what I'm
to.
saying? You can't come in the door day one like, you know what, your son bad as hell. I'm about to change this shit.
Nah.
Cause no, you out. Cause you definitely got 2 against 1 now.
Right.
And your ass is the outside. You might be a great pick. You might be the number 1 catch.
Right.
but your ass didn't drop
But you
this
can
one.
blow it. You can blow it from the jump by trying to be aggressive, super aggressive.
You can't do that.
Same way with a woman when she dates a guy and she don't like certain things about him.
Yeah.
You gotta give him some time. You gotta slowly work your train of thought into that shit. You know,
Right.
you can't just tell him, "Oh, I hate them fucking jeans on the first date."
Yeah.
No.
You know what I mean? Because
Right.
he gonna wear the motherfuckers every time. You feel me?
Michael Jordan jeans. and
Right.
shit. Yeah.
Carl Kanais and
Yeah.
shit.
Oh my God. But no, I see, and it like, okay, so you want her to discipline them. I'm talking about a single mother.
Mm-hmm.
She has to lay that discipline down. It's got to be a certain type of discipline because you're raising a boy.
Right.
Right. But that shit gets so tricky when you bring a man in the fucking picture, dude.
Mm-hmm.
When you bring a man in the picture, because she might see it this way as far as the discipline, and we see it a totally different way.
Right.
Because all our training and all the shit we do for our kids, we trying to get you ready for the world.
For the world, for the real world.
Mothers more so want to protect you from the world.
Yeah. We want to push your ass out.
Yeah, we want you to see how this shit is. So when you goddamn go out here, you ready. It ain't no bullshit. Can't nobody pull the wool over your eyes or
Right,
none of that
right.
shit. But a mother's instinct is to fucking, nature and nurture.
Nature and
back
nurture.
to that shit.
Yep.
Right back to that
And
shit.
then too, it takes a certain kind of dude with a certain kind of mind state, because some dudes look at these boys like, this ain't my motherfucking son. You know what I mean? This ain't my. So they're gonna treat him different. You see what I'm saying? Then they fuck around, have a kid with a chick, and then it's that whole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. You're
I
right.
was trying to find some of these pictures and shit, man. I'll look that shit up. Y'all got me all so I only got caught up in the cars. Still,
Man,
I
hey,
got so
bro,
many
I
pictures
love
of these
cars.
goddamn
But
cars.
I'm not big on like luxury cars and shit like that.
Okay.
I mean, they fun to look at or whatever shit, but I'm not big on that. It's like shit I like my dream cars, if I could just go buy some shit and have it in the driveway, would be a Marauder,
Okay.
a 96 Impala
That ain't been dogged out.
that ain't been dogged out,
Yeah.
and
I
a
love finding
fucking
one of
OJ Bronco.
Oh,
Man,
that's on my list.
You
too.
wouldn't be able to tell me shit.
That is on my list.
Oh boy, you wouldn't be able to tell me shit. That's kind of shit I like.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
kind of shit I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Man, I ain't really got no wish list, no man. It's whatever come to my mind at the time. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I don't really got no wish list no more. I think I done knocked down a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
You
about
might be
finding something I
goddamn right,
like.
because all them cars I just named, I damn near had them. And I
Well,
got rid of them
the one
because
for me-
I ain't tied to them. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Right,
The one for
right,
me that I
shit.
never owned, and I'm going to before I fucking die, is that fucking 77 Trans Am. The fucking
Smokey in the band.
Smoky in the Band.
Man,
I
that
want
car
the bird on the
$100,000,
hood, the
man.
whole nine.
That car $100,000. You
I
can
know.
buy. Yeah, $100,000.
God damn.
Man, that's top of my. And like you said, that OJ Bronco. But I used
Man.
to love them
I
things.
want that motherfucker.
I used to love them.
Oh my God.
The top came off and
Yeah.
shit.
You got another one, Vince?
Yeah, this is
And who did these come from?
my sister-in-law.
Your sister-in-law?
Yeah,
Okay.
Kirsten Simon. So okay, part 3. If you had to choose, who would you say carries the heaviest burdens in a marriage?
If you had to choose who carried the heaviest burden, would probably be the wife. And a lot of that because they are the glue. You know what I'm saying? And typically they the ones that keep all the shit together.
Yeah, they're thinkers.
So yeah, they're gonna carry the heaviest burden. And then a lot of that, the heavy burden do come on themselves because they're gonna worry.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing about that. Most wives don't know how to transfer the power.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What I mean by that is they tell you, Vince, man, Vince go do blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna manage your ass while you're doing the blah blah blah.
Oh yeah.
See, the transfer of power from us is, hey, can you take care of blah blah blah?
And then we walk away.
And you walk away.
We walk
You
away.
ain't about to be managing the blah 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 with
Hell
them.
nah.
But they tell your ass to go do blah blah blah. They're gonna watch the blah,
And the blah.
And the blah, blah.
And the blah.
the blah, and the blah blah. Like they gonna be managing all of that shit.
Yeah, they're natural fixers, bro.
Yeah.
They like to fix shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and that goes back to being a fucked up thing as far as finding a man. Because
Right.
you think you can fix this motherfucker.
You cannot.
You cannot fix a grown man.
Not a grown man. You can't.
That motherfucker, if he's broken, or he is the way he is.
No, I think the coldest shit my man said on the last show. the coldest shit he said. Now I ain't gonna say the coldest, but some of the coldest shit he said was, they got to realize when you sitting down at that table in the marriage counseling, are you willing to be with this dude forever the way he is right now?
Right now.
Right. Because it could get better, but it could get worse. But yeah, he did.
Won't.
He said that shit.
Yeah, he did.
Think about that. Because, see, I never thought about that shit.
Yeah.
But that's true.
The shit that you don't like about that person then.
Can you live with it forever?
Right.
Because the shit probably ain't going to change. And if it do, it's going to be slightly coming back. You know what I mean? It's going to still be there a little bit.
Yeah.
And see, a lot of people miss that. Because you're right. We all, and it ain't just on the women.
Yeah.
We all go in this shit thinking about, man, I don't really like what she do right now. But I, over time.
I could tweak it.
And see, that 20 years from now, your ass still mad about the shit. And that's on you because you should have knew that up front.
That's a whole human being.
Yeah.
A grown whole human being. You cannot change or, learn a person the way you want them to be.
No.
Dude, that's a person. You can't do that.
You can't do it.
Now, all of us change, right? There's going to be growth in everybody. We ain't going to do the same shit we used to do.
Yeah.
Even the crazy people, people that's just off the chain, they ain't as off the chain as they used to be. You know what I'm saying? Everybody have a little bit of movement in that area. Yeah. So I can expect there to be some change over time, absolutely. Yeah. But I ain't going into it trying to change you.
Yeah.
No.
Because that just, you marry, you might as well marry somebody else.
Yeah. So I would say the burden is on the wife.
Yeah, because
I would.
Think about this too. When it comes to like dealing with the children and the relationship with the children, we may have a close relationship with our kids, but it'll never be as tight as they carried them. You understand? To have another human inside of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's different. That's on a whole different level that we'll never understand.
Oh yeah.
We'll never understand that shit.
Right. And I think that goes to us being so hard. Well, I ain't gonna say hard on them. Just trying to teach them the lessons of life and having like no remorse behind the shit because we go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but they're like, oh, I had him inside of me. This is my baby. Like they actually did everything.
Yeah, they did.
Like they really fucking did. So the relationship is gonna be different. So I would say that the wife takes on most of the burden, and that's mostly because they're just natural fixers. They like to fix shit.
Yeah.
Even when it's not a problem, they're gonna find a slight problem and try to fix that motherfucker.
I used to have issues with my older son when he was small, like disciplining him. We had to get past that hurdle because she didn't like that shit. I used to tell her when he was a baby, hey, he's not a fucking doll. You ain't got to keep changing this boy outfit 3-4 times a day. You see what I'm saying? And as he got older and started getting into shit, I started thumping that ass.
Yeah.
She didn't like that shit. It took a while for her to say, I'm going to step back and let him do that because that ain't my area. You see what I'm saying? That ain't my fucking area.
But see, the crazy shit is like when, Bryce was a baby, man. He might have been 2. I told Monique, I said, when he gets older, you're going to hear me say shit to him
that you're not
and
like.
Things we're gonna talk about. You're not gonna fucking like that shit.
Right.
Just back up. I told her that shit. Then you think it worked though? No, it didn't. No. The talking I still did what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
Did she listen?
Nah.
I've been getting in his ass. She come out of the room before. Like he did. I said, what the fuck? What are you? Come on, man.
Right.
Don't do that.
Right.
Because I don't do that to you.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fixers.
I've seen my wife usher these motherfuckers into the room like they're on the Underground Railroad. Like, he coming. Y'all better get, you know what I'm saying?
Trying to save him.
Trying to save that ass. Trying to save that ass.
I ain't really never had, I ain't really had that kind of experience for real because I'm always known as the nice one. Like, I know I ain't never whipped my daughter before ever in her life. She's never gotten a whooping from me ever. My son, I don't know if he actually got more than 1 or 2 whoopings. He might have got, he got very few whoopings as well. It's like maybe literally like 1 or 2, like that. Now, as he got older, I had to chastise him, and a couple times I wanted to punch his ass. You know what I'm saying? Because he's he lifting them weights and shit. He getting to be big. So
he ain't getting to be big, bro. I just saw him at the gas station. That nigga is huge.
Well, now I'm talking about before then. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying when he was, when he was growing up.
Yeah.
So but he was scared. He was more scared of his mama.
That's crazy.
That's
than
crazy.
me. Because he knew she ain't play, man.
Yeah.
He knew that shit didn't go far with her.
Nah.
Like she nurtured and she still to this day she nurture and do all of that, but she called bullshit when it's bullshit.
Oh yeah.
He's supposed to.
That's why they took on the burden of all that, because a lot of that shit we just didn't take on.
Yeah, I rock with that. I'll give that to the wife.
Yeah,
I'll give that to the wife.
Definitely carry the heart.
Yeah, we worried about the survival.
Right.
Right.
Shit.
Right. Yeah, I'll tell you what though. I asked Jordan the other day, my youngest. I just asked him, just out of the blue. You think you ready yet? That motherfucker, he instantly knew what I meant. He was like, "Nah, I gotta get my weight up first pop."
Oh, you about to take him now?
I'm about to take his ass out.
Bryce, you want to get busy? Fisticuff? Yeah.
Bryce like, I'm straight.
Bryce said, I'm good. I ain't fucking with nobody.
He like, hold on, this nigga here been in the military and the police. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone.
Nigga boxing too.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. He like, I'm gonna leave that
I
alone.
tell you.
I thought about getting some more gloves. I ain't talking no more.
Oh shit.
You got another one over there, cuz?
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, tell them we appreciate these questions, man. These are good ones. I got my homegirl. Shout out to Don, not Floyd. I don't know why the hell she call herself that. But anyway, she sent me a lot of good questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
You
got
said
some good
Don,
ones.
not Floyd?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell she talking about, but I fuck with her.
That's like the first time I saw Monique Shows Perry. I was like, Shows Perry what? Shows Perry.
Absolutely fucking nothing. No, you know that's her maiden name.
Yeah.
But I actually put that on her page
Okay.
so people could find her.
It wasn't initially that though, right?
Nah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. When the first time I saw it, I was like, the fuck's he showing me?
You showing them what? Hey guys.
So her name used to be Shows.
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense.
And then when her mother converted, they became Rashid. I say, boy, you got more goddamn last names than the nigga running the scam.
Hey, I got a aunt like that. She got like 15 names. Been married twice. But anyway, okay, so the independent, self-sufficient woman, how do men really feel about her? Are they intimidated by her? Or is she disturbing what they consider to be the natural order of relationships?
That's a hard one for me because I'm married. But if I'm going off of just looking at Monique, like when I met her, she had the house. She had 2 fucking brand new cars, and it was just her and Bree.
Mm-hmm.
And shit, it didn't bother me at all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, good. She don't need shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a crisis right now, though, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, that's a crisis right now. Exactly what that is I think it's been a disconnect from our young men up until now, because we have a lot of successful young black women that need, I ain't gonna say need, but want true companionship. And all of them ain't trying to get something from somebody, you know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, man, the young men who potentially could be good companions, they are intimidated because they feel like they social media done flipped it up so much to where they feel like they gotta have X to even come to them. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't even want to holler at them unless they got blah blah blah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so what happens is you get these beautiful women that's successful, and the one thing that they all missing is just a true companion.
Yeah.
And it ain't because they don't want or don't need or don't want it's not any of the things that to them. It's the pool in which they can pull from first ain't that big. So when you take that part, but then you got the ones that's actually in the pool, they're afraid.
Yeah.
And that's where we got to come in and figure out how do we bring, how do we make this shit
back to
get
what
together?
we were talking about building. They like we just saying, they think they're supposed to be living how we're living right now.
From the jump.
And that's not how it goes. You gotta find somebody to build with. Like, stop binding into social media bullshit that everybody's living a lit ass life.
But even still, even if you find a young lady who does own her own home, who does drive a nice car, that don't mean that you can't still come and holler at her.
Yeah.
That just mean, I got to bring my game up. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean I got to all of a sudden be a millionaire.
All right, Big Vince. Now, what were you saying?
So
we had a technical difficulty.
we was talking about the
Wife.
the natural order of the relationships and all that shit. And I was basically saying, like, I've been around couples who, you know, the woman could be so loud or so, you know, active in playing and everything and running shit that you never even know the fucking dude exists.
Yeah.
He just like a fixture.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I've got family members like that that's married to guys that, these motherfuckers,
Me
I've
too.
known them for 30 years and they may have said 5 words.
She do all the talking.
And
it's not a bad thing. They don't no knock on her. I'm just saying she's the one that you see in the relationship.
She's out front.
Yeah.
She's definitely out front.
But see, there got to be some balance in that shit, man. You can't. There got to be some kind of balance. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be. Nah, that will get on my fucking nerves.
It
I ain't
would.
hold you up.
It
That'll fuck
would,
me up.
honestly.
I
I'd
can't
be
do
like,
that.
will you shut the fuck up?
Yeah, I can't do that.
Oh,
You
but
ain't
there's a
gonna
lot
just
of
say
people out here
every
like
goddamn
it's a lot of men, husbands that just go along to get along, bro.
Yeah.
They do that shit.
Yeah.
But see, that's again, we just talked about that shit the other night. That's the suppression of the feelings. Cause see, dig, man, when you little, and you been told, shut up, stop crying, get your ass up, stop before I give you something to cry about, all that same shit, right?
Yeah.
They get to be teenagers. They don't want to get smacked upside the head for crying or having feelings or looked at some kind of funny way because they got a emotion that they feel like, so they don't say shit. They just suppress it.
Yeah.
Then they become an adult. That shit been suppressed since they was a kid. Now your ass grown as hell, and you still got this in your back baggage, but now real life shit didn't hit, and you really don't even feel comfortable telling nobody about the real life shit, so you suppress that.
Yeah.
For you know it, all this suppression, that's where you get the dude who don't say nothing. He just, you know, go along with life, and then all of a sudden he just fuck up and blow up.
Yeah. Or die of fucking heart attack.
Because all this been in them, you know what I'm saying? And that's where we got to stop. That's why we got to get the kids early and letting them know, look, I love you, son. I'm with you.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And you gonna make mistakes. And your ass gonna do bad shit.
But I got you.
We
back.
all did it.
Yeah.
But you got to be able to have the conversation so they feel comfortable enough to tell you
Yeah.
that emotion and that feeling that they got, so they don't suppress it.
Yeah.
Because that's a learned behavior, man, that we got to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got
Like,
to.
it's like the stupid shit of, and I hate this about us. You 18, get out.
Get out.
That is
right.
the dumbest shit
Man.
in the world.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's some more repetitive ass shit that we've been told.
From
Yep.
the past.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And you know what? 50 years ago, get out at 18 might work because the cost of living was cheap. You know, there was opportunity for you to go fend for yourself.
Opportunities. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You tell an 18-year-old to get out now, you creating a monster.
Yeah. You basically create
Only two things gonna come of that shit.
Yeah.
You gonna tell them to get out, and you got a strong ass son or daughter,
Yeah.
and you tell them to get out, they gonna get out.
Yeah.
And if they ain't got the foundational background for education and shit to do shit right, they gonna survive,
They gonna find a way. Oh yeah.
right? And you might not like the outcome,
Right. You won't.
but you
like
created it
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
because you just told them to go fend for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they back against the wall.
You graduate high school, get out.
Get
Like
out.
that. I don't.
And you
get
wonder
that
why these
dumb
girls
shit.
down here in Magic City and all these other joints, you know, shaking it up.
Right. Right.
Well, you know why? Because you just put their back against the wall.
Yeah.
Now they got their ass. Never mind.
Yeah.
So,
you wondering why your son is a fucking scammer. You know what I
You
mean?
just put his back against the wall.
Yeah.
Why you over there trying to hustle and do different, just, you know, you're doing bad shit because he want to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
He want to get on social media and flex too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
putting their back against the wall.
Right.
Or you
that-
can
that-
tell them, you know what? Here's a time frame in which we're going to work in.
Yeah.
Definitely something we.
You need to be
stop
doing
in
something
our
positive
community.
to stay here. So your ass going to be in school. You're going to be working. You're going to be doing something in a positive direction moving forward to being an adult.
Getting ready.
We're going to work with you on that.
Getting
But
ready.
I ain't going to just cold, you know, get out.
Right.
That's definitely something we need to stop in our community.
Got to
Yeah.
stop that
Dumbest
shit.
shit ever.
Yeah.
Because
Like
most
me,
of us ain't
for
nobody
example.
told us that shit either. At least nobody told me to get out at 18.
Nobody told me, but I knew I wasn't putting my kids out in the street and have them in harm's way.
No,
Right.
that's
Now
dumb as
you're
hell.
not gonna be shiftless and just lay around this bitch either.
Right.
No.
But see,
But-
the difference though is nobody told me it was time to go. I just knew. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I figured, because my pops was like, hey, if you can't live under these rules, then I don't know what to fucking tell you.
Go where you can make your own rules.
You got an option.
And I had to.
Shit.
I had to.
Yeah,
Because
you
I
had an
couldn't
option.
live under those rules anymore. You see what I'm saying?
But he ain't just come and tell you, know what, your ass 18.
No.
Fuck the rules, get out.
Well, see, I started bucking early, like 13, 14.
Damn.
You see what I'm saying? 13, 14. So by the time 18 hit, I already knew, nigga.
You was in full buck mode.
Yeah. You was already, you was bucking with both feet by then.
Yeah.
But not on no, because I know you. It wasn't on no dangerous,
Oh, no.
I'm going to be a street nigga type
No.
shit. It was like, no, I want to live my life and work and do the shit the way I want to do it.
Right.
And that's the same way I had it.
Right.
I wasn't trying to get in the streets and get busy. It wasn't none of that.
It was a thing of I always mess with chicks that were older than me.
Me
for
too.
one.
Me too.
They already had their crib. They already had their job. So I'm going to go
Yeah.
be over there 2-3 days.
Yeah, man.
You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man.
What?
And then I'm going to come
You was
home.
balling.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to come home and possibly be like, where the fuck you been?
Yeah, you was balling.
Yeah.
You was doing that shit at how old?
14, 15.
Oh, yeah, you was
Oh,
balling.
no, I wouldn't say, no, not that. It wasn't that
Yeah,
early for
yeah.
me.
Nah, it was
Goddamn,
early.
Vince.
It was early.
You was a super freak.
Well, it was like, okay, it was like this. I could feel the tightening up of shit. I had 2 younger sisters. You know, they were getting older. As I was getting older, they were getting older. You see what I'm saying? They were starting to develop their personalities, their lives. And I just didn't fit no more.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't fit. It wasn't a cute little family to go in Disney World no more.
You wasn't one of the kids no more.
Right. I got
You
a
was-
full ass mustache and shit,
Yeah.
growing a beard. You know what I mean? I was like, it's time to move. It's time to move.
Yeah.
And I want shit.
And you know what's crazy about that? You saying that Bree kind of did the same thing, dude. She told me, she's like, yeah, Daddy, I just want to get out of your way.
Just want to get out
That's
of the
the
way,
nicest
man.
way she could say it, but
Yep.
I understood what she was saying.
Yeah.
And she went and found her place, and she been there for shit 3-4 years now. But she said that
It
she's
was
like,
hard for
Daddy,
me
I
to-
just want to get out of your way.
It was hard for me to move back home after college. You know what I'm saying? Because I had been on my own.
Yeah.
So coming back home, you know, after college, that was different. You know what I'm saying? That was it was hard to live under my daddy's roof.
Yeah.
You know, and I was getting a little money, so that made it a little worse. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you got 2 men, you know, and
That's
I'm
the
like,
thing.
you know,
You probably getting more money than he making.
and I want to have my own spot. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I want you know to have my own privacy and all that kind of shit. So that was the time in which I'm like, you know, it's time for me to move on. But I never felt pressured or pushed to move. Like my daddy ain't never come to me and be like, hey man, you need to get your shit together and get out. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He never did that.
Yeah.
He you know, he would always make sure that, hey man, this is home. You know what I'm
I'll
saying?
tell
If you
you
ever
what.
got to come back, you good.
My pops might not have said it, but I could see it in his fucking face.
You felt it.
I felt it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, I'm there and shit. Let's say I'm off work today and I'm just at the crib and I can see him walk in from work. You know, it ain't that same, hey, Dad. You know, I'm like, what's up, Pop? That nigga like, you know what I'm saying?
But you mad because I got a day off?
Right.
Like, come on, man, don't do me like that.
He looking at me like this. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah. But see, that's just like with Bryce. Dude, you can stay here forever.
Yeah.
But you gotta be productive.
Got to.
You gotta be a part of this motherfucker, and you gotta make your presence fucking known.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't be up in my shit, just laying around and not doing nothing and shit.
Nope.
Now, he got a job and all that good shit like that, his own transportation.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I want you to know it's shit. We gotta, like, when you go to work, it's still shit you gotta do when you come home.
Right.
Like, I don't get to just fucking come home and just fucking sit on my ass. I got shit I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's some shit in this basement, back in the backyard, like, it's shit you gotta do. You don't just get to come home and motherfucking kick your feet up.
Right. Right.
Some days you might be able to do that, but for the majority of this
Majority
shit,
of it, you got to be moving and shaking, sir.
bro, you gotta be a part of this motherfucker, or you,
Right.
you serve no purpose here.
And then, like, the little shit you notice, like, you know, when you're younger, you come home from school, dinner time is at X, you know, whatever, 6 o'clock, whatever. And if, say, you got football practice, you got whatever going on after school or work after school, you know, your mom put your little food to the side, you know. The older you get, that shit starts, you know what I mean?
You don't have no food,
They call
no
that shit
all.
the plate breaking ceremony.
Right, right.
They break your motherfucking plate.
Hey, my pops
You
was-
grown.
My pops was like,
Fuck
hey,
outta
we eat
here.
at 6 o'clock around this motherfucker.
Yeah.
But see,
Don't
that's
come
back
in
when
here
Harry
at
Tubman
midnight
was
cutting
running
my oven
shit.
off.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Harry Tubman ain't running shit no more. We can't break the plate no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't break the plate because if you do, they go just eat out the bowl.
Man, you got a bowl on a paper plate, but you know, around this motherfucker, Monique don't play that shit, so we eat off paper plates.
Yeah,
Unless we got
do
company.
too. We do too. We do too.
But it's easier that way.
Oh yeah,
It's
oh,
a
yeah.
lot easier,
Ain't
man.
about trying to wash all them goddamn dishes.
Nah. Nah,
Nobody trying to do that shit.
You got another one over there?
Well, this one we're going to have to spend some time on. It was the one I sent y'all the other day. The secrets, lies, and paternity.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, the legitimization. You know what I mean? Because she sent me a story of a cat. I think he had been married for like 51 years. And then he finds out that his fully grown fucking kids were never his.
None of them?
Neither one of them. I think it was 3 kids. None of them were his. 51 years down the line.
Damn.
Like, what the fuck you do
On
with
the
that?
next Husband Show podcast, freak bitches.
Right. Lies and deceptions.
What the?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's a whole nother show. So
That is, and unfortunately, that kind of shit does happen.
It does.
it does.
You
It
know,
does.
that's
It does.
here's what I would say though. Love is a bad motherfucker
Yeah.
because I don't give a damn really what it is. Love can conquer that shit.
It can.
You know what I'm
Especially that
saying?
far down
For
the
sure.
line.
Oh yeah,
Love can conquer all that shit.
Yeah.
That's just where it is.
yeah. You
It
can
ain't
get
right,
over that.
and
You
I
can
ain't,
get
I
over
ain't saying I condone no shit like that.
that. No. And we're speaking from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I know that, especially right now in our marriage, there's nothing Monique could do that would make me not love her or want to divorce her. Like, come on, we ain't talking great. Like, she fuck around and try to kill me at night. That's different.
That's
You
different.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so you right about that. Love a bad motherfucker, boy.
Yeah,
It is.
man.
Yeah,
It is.
love is a
Everybody make mistakes,
It is- hey.
and again, emotions. That emotion shit. You don't never know where it's coming from. We've had conversations of how, suppressed feelings,
Yeah.
not being able to share that with your mate, your spouse, and you start sharing that shit with somebody else. That could be
lead
can
into something
lead,
else.
to something else. You know what I mean? And it ain't really something that they heart is into. It's just something that they've been missing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And love could bring all that shit back. It could be that emotion today to make you feel like, man, I just want somebody else, or I just want to be in something else. My dad used to always tell me the grass look greener on the other side for a reason, because it's full of shit.
Yeah.
They put more shit in the grass over there. That's why there's more green.
It's
But you ain't
well
gonna walk
fertilized.
around over
Yeah.
there in that grass with no shoes on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Rice patty and shit.
Exactly.
it ain't the grass ain't green on the other side. It may feel like that for now because they missing something.
Right.
Because they've been suppressing. You know what I'm saying? So they got this missing. They missing a little bit
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
But in the reality, you can't replace somebody that really got your back. Somebody who really love your ass.
Yeah.
All this shit that over here shining, looking good, that's exactly what that shit is.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And you will fuck up a lifelong connection over this shiny widget
Right.
over here.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that
And
motherfucker
it's
don't
so
really care
sad,
about
man.
you.
Our young people are so caught up in this shit. Like, dude, we could talk till we blue in the face, but it's like they not fucking listening and they don't get it. Like, dude, you gotta meet somebody, like we was just saying, and build with them.
Yeah.
That's how you get to where we're at.
Yeah.
Nobody comes in, you got it all, you don't have nothing, or you got it all and she don't have nothing. Dude, you gotta build together. Even if one mate is doing better financially than the other one, you bring them in and you help them grow.
Yeah.
Y'all build on that shit.
A lot of people don't understand, man. Tides turn a lot in life.
For sure.
Yeah.
You could be doing really well financially right now, and 10 years from now, that shit can flip.
They can.
And the only thing that keeps somebody like that in the right state of mind is love.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Because no matter what your ass got, man, me and my wife can go broke right now.
Yeah.
Don't have shit left. We been there.
Yeah.
We can go broke as a motherfucker.
Dude, me and Monique done had it, lost it, had it again, lost it.
Yeah.
Like so many fucking times, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But we gonna be broke together.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? We gonna
figure
figure
that
this
shit
shit out together. You know, she gonna still be bossing me around and all this shit.
Exactly.
You know, that's what's gonna happen.
The natural pecking order.
I told
is
my wife a
still gonna
long
be in
ass
place.
time ago, I don't give a fuck what you say. You ain't going nowhere.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You know, when we didn't split up, we didn't been through that shit before.
Me and Monique
Look at
split
us
up
now.
for a week. That shit drove me crazy.
Huh?
And that was in the beginning.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, this ain't happening. Bring that ass.
that ass
yeah, that was it, bro. Nah, but that helped me know this the one I fucking wanted, and this the one I'm about to rock this shit out with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, I can't even do this shit for a week. It wasn't even a week, maybe about 4 days.
This ain't it.
No.
This ain't it.
Yeah, and see, that's what the young folks gotta be willing to take a chance and go through that shit.
Yeah.
See, a lot of them I think are afraid to even take the chance. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they gotta have all of this shit in line today before they can even step to somebody. And then
Get that.
and then some of these young women too. It's not realistic for you to think that you're gonna date some dude who gonna come in you're gonna go on a date with some guy who got all these millions of dollars. Because the reality is, if you run into somebody like that, and especially if it's by ill means, that shit ain't gonna last but so long. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't gonna get but so much out of that. You know what I'm saying? So worrying about somebody buying you a new car and buying you the latest Louis Vuitton and all this old dumb shit.
It's corny.
Come on,
Corny.
man.
It's corny.
And best believe you ain't the only one he fucking supporting.
Yeah, if he got it like that,
If he got it like that,
it's shit that come with that.
Yes.
You got to know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's some old
shit
It's
that
only
come with
two
that.
things that happen with that, man. Either they successful as some kind of entertainer, or some, for some weird chance they are, an entrepreneur that got, that struck it rich.
And that shit hit.
You know what I'm saying? But the reality is, if they got cheese like that
Yeah.
on this level, it's ill-gotten cheese. So they getting that money illegally somewhere, and that shit ain't gonna last for so long.
And not only that, dude. If you're solely driven by money, you're gonna fucking crash.
Every time.
Like, we know we needed to survive, to sustain our lives and our families and shit like that. But if all you fucking think about is money, I gotta get this money, I gotta have it, bro.
Your ass
you
going
are
out the
going
box.
Yeah, you're fucked.
All
That's
the
why
way
you
out
see
the
these
box.
chicks, man, that's done been with 35 fucking dudes in 10 years. Moving from one check to the next. That's some sad shit at the end of
Dude,
the
money
day.
comes and goes.
It does.
Like, come on, man. You gotta. If you're just looking at shit you see on your phone or TV, you're fucking doomed. You need to be looking at the real fucking people that's out here and how we making it fucking happen.
Right.
Man, I'm telling you, man, money is exactly what you said, man. That shit come and go. And the reality is, if money is the glue to your relationship,
You fucked.
it's over, man.
Yeah, it's over.
It's over.
You're
Because
fucked.
unless you on an extreme hot streak, which
Yeah,
most people ain't,
But
that shit gonna go up and
but
down.
Even saying that though, so say you got it. Okay, that's what's keeping you here though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
So
saying? That ain't no fucking relationship, bro.
in the back of my mind, like, well, damn, as soon as I ain't got it, then what?
Then what? This motherfucker really does not care anything about me. You know what I mean? At all.
Yeah, I'm straight. And see, I think a lot of people are thrown into that class just, by virtue. Not meaning they ain't really they really ain't a part of that shit, but we throwing them in there anyway because they in that age group. They in that whatever group that they in. But I do think there's a lot of people that's actually in that group that don't want to think like that. But again, man, it comes down to them not being able to communicate because there's so many people in that group that have these kind of intentions where the good ones are afraid now to even participate.
Yeah.
They so afraid, like, oh, shit, I can't step to her. She got a job, she got a house, she got a
That sounds crazy.
And we ain't used to be like that.
Yeah. I gotta step out.
Oh, bitch got.
Yeah, we never used to be like that. dog.
No. But I tell you this, man, and I try to instill this in my kids, dude. Find you somebody that you like and you get along with and make that shit work, dude.
Yeah.
Like, point blank period.
And again, man, they got to be willing to, first of all, make the first commitment. Like we talk about, man, you got a lot of dudes that been with these women for, 10 years. And I got some homeboys, man, that, shame on their ass. Y'all been down for this many years and you still ain't married her? Like, what the hell?
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So
That women even allow men to do that shit, though.
man, that's another conversation that they allow it. But I kind of see they part, so I see where they coming from. They kind of tied in right now, you know what I mean? So they can't just walk away and they want to be married, you know what I mean? They don't want to not be married.
Yeah.
Our young men just got to make the damn commitment, man. They got to step up to the fucking plate, man.
Yeah.
That's where it's going to start. You got to step up to the plate. You got to go on and make a commitment and build some shit and not thinking about yourself.
Yeah.
You got to think about the future. You know, you got to think about, I'm doing this shit and I may not get no reward at all while I'm living. I may not get none of this shit back. But it's going to make a difference for somebody behind me.
Yeah.
And especially my kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if they got to step their ass up to the plate and take the first fucking pitch. You got to swing the first time,
Women
bro.
got to step up and make these motherfuckers do it too, bro. Like, make these motherfucking young boys be the men you want. Now, you got to be the woman that's deserving of some shit like that. Now, let's not get it twisted.
Yeah, I agree.
So, you know, you can't be out here shaking your ass on Instagram and then talking about how you want your husband to be and all that. Man, come on.
No,
everybody
that don't
done
work.
seen it.
Yeah, that
Nobody
don't work.
wants to deal with
That
that
definitely
shit.
don't work.
Everywhere you go, you got to wonder how many motherfuckers in this room have seen my wife half naked on the gram.
Yeah, and that's part of the problem, man. You get that shit right there.
Yeah.
Right? That Instagram shit, you know, they done been out here shaking their ass and now they want to settle down and some of them are going to settle down. Right? There's going to be some dudes that's going to settle down. But the reality is there is a good pool that they need to be able to tap into and not be afraid to step to them. You can't step to them on Instagram. You got to step to them in person.
In real life.
You got to use your motherfucking vocals,
mouth.
man. Yeah.
Yep.
You know, all that Instagram shit, that's only so far.
Yeah.
But we got to pull this shit together, man, because again, we talk about this shit every time, but we are really behind the 8 ball, man, when it comes to our community and our relationship statuses.
Yeah, you're right.
And everybody can't shack the fuck up, man.
Right.
That's all they do. I got to give my oldest son all the props in the fucking world because, like I said, he's in a committed relationship, but he ain't doing that shacking up shit.
Yeah, I feel you.
Now my daughter, she has her boyfriend, and you know, they live together. But it's crazy. I just said some shit, but I'm about to contradict myself. I'm cool with it because he's there.
Yeah.
He's
Mine
a
the
good
same
dude,
way.
and
Same
he's
way.
with her. So it's a lot of shit I don't have to worry about no more.
Right.
But how long they been together?
Oh shit, 2 years.
Okay. So for 2 years they've been playing. How long they been living together?
Oh shit, that's only been, that might not be a year yet.
Okay. So he's still in a situation. I met the young man.
Yeah, you met him before.
Yeah, cool as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
He in a situation right now where he in that trial period.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't say trial. He in grace period.
Mm-hmm.
Because it ain't no trial.
We extended some grace. Yeah.
Yeah, your ass getting extended grace right now in the period he's in.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because if you've been living with her for a year, you've been dating her for all these other years, what's the hold up?
Wait, no.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. See, that's where I'm talking about right there. When you done met somebody and you've been around them long enough to be to a point where you're gonna live with them, then you beyond a commitment stage.
Mm-hmm. It is what it is. Yeah.
We gotta stop that right there.
Yeah. It's time to start building. Basically.
That's where the shit gets real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where, for whatever reason, us as black men, that's where we stop.
Yeah. I live with her, so I'm good.
Yeah. And then too, like for example, my daughter's just the same situation, but she still got her own place.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, for a minute, like for a hot second, I was like, well, why would you pay rent there if you always at this dude crib?
Yeah.
But then I thought about it. I was like, you know, she got somewhere to fucking go back to at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? That shit over there ain't hers.
Yeah.
This shit over here is. And then a lot of times it's a situation where you don't want to fucking step in and be like, you know, you should be doing this or he should be doing that. Because then you run the risk of fucking up the relationship with your daughter. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. I definitely, as for my daughter's situation, I stay the fuck out of it.
Stay the fuck out
I
of it.
see what I see.
Yeah.
I know he a good dude. That's my guy.
Yeah.
I fuck with X. That's my guy. But I stay out of it. I don't say anything. I know what I want to say. I know how I feel.
Me and her mama gonna talk shit about it.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm not gonna come at her like, you know what I mean? Because I do realize she's an adult now. She's gotta fucking make her own mistakes.
Because Monique's mother was even, she was vocal on the shacking up shit. Like with me and Monique, like it was only a year, but she was not a fan of that shit, dude. She said that shit. She was like,
She's from old
so y'all
school.
just gonna
Shit.
shack
In old
up?
school, they wasn't with that shack up
She
shit.
didn't like that shit, bro.
But you know what's crazy? We say that, but then you had old school relationships where motherfuckers could be together for 70 years and never get married.
And we thought they was married.
And we thought they were married. They were never married.
But if you think about that shit, that's one and very few far in between.
True.
You ain't gonna find a whole lot of that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
from old days.
Yeah.
You're going to find a lot of it now. You know, you'll find a lot of that, man, I've been together for 10 years, 15 years. You're going to hear that.
Yeah.
Because that new mindset, you know what I'm saying, then flip to, I don't got to be married. That's just a sheet of paper. That's just a
Yeah.
No, motherfucker, that's a commitment.
And when I started the idea, when I thought about the podcast, and shout out old Mario, because I said to him, I said, yeah, man, we're going to gear it towards men. He was like, no, the fuck we not. I said, why are we? He was like, no, we going to gear it towards husbands. These motherfuckers can't take the plunge like we did. Fuck them. I said, damn. But I thought about it. I said, he kind of right.
Yeah.
He's kind of right, dude. He's kind of right. Because y'all getting the benefits without putting in the real work.
Putting in the real work.
Like, okay, you could say, oh, all you did was get married. There's a lot to come with that, bro, because
Wow.
legally, y'all bound.
Yeah. You
For-
can't just pick up tomorrow and walk the fuck away without causing some
you
serious
can.
You can.
You're going to be fucked up.
Yeah, causing
You're
some
gonna
serious ripples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's
Yeah.
the thing about a lot of these shacking up dudes. They can't walk away either. They in the same
got nowhere
fucking
to walk.
situation.
They ain't got nowhere to walk.
Like, you ain't got no other benefit.
Right.
Well, there's no real benefit to not being married in that case, because you ain't got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. Where you gonna go?
Sleep in his car and shit.
I ain't going nowhere. Fuck that shit.
Right.
Now the police coming.
Yeah.
Then your ass definitely getting the fuck out.
Oh, you gonna have somewhere to stay then.
Now guess what though? If your ass was married, now it's a 50-50. Look here, officer, fuck that. She tripping.
Yeah.
Did you hit her? No. Was you aggressive? No. I'm not
Y'all
going
need to
no
calm down,
motherfucking
man.
where.
Yeah. Yeah. Ain't nothing I can do about it.
Oh, that's your husband? Ma'am, I can't tell him to get the fuck out of here. This your husband.
I can say, hey, man, leave. You ain't got to.
You
Ain't
ain't
nothing
got
I can
to.
do about it.
Oh, that's your boyfriend? Oh, turn around. Get your ass against the wall.
Yeah.
Hey,
word.
what
All
up,
right,
what
man.
up, 12? What up, 12? We got one over here.
Man,
we got a live one.
we got a live one.
We got a live one. If this motherfucker moved too many times, I might fuck him up.
Radio, can you come get? We got one to go.
Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
All
So
right,
the
well,
benefit is being married in that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna surmise this thing as usual, brother Vince. Give us your final thoughts on all this shit we just talked about.
All this shit from the emasculation to the emasculation
to cars.
to cars. That was badass Seville though,
Yeah,
sir.
that-
Man, my
Yeah,
old man had some
your
bad
daddy
shit. I
had
told y'all, man.
Your daddy
Ben
had
Simon
one.
used to drive some cold motherfucking shit,
yeah,
bro.
That motherfucker was cold.
That nigga.
Right.
But
right,
back
right.
then, at that motherfucker was cold, bro.
But he only owned one house in his whole life.
I ain't mad at that.
I ain't mad at it.
But that's how they moved, though. Sure. Back then.
That was
Think
not
about it.
financially smart at all.
That's how they moved. That's how they moved.
He
how they move.
definitely did not use his finances correctly
Correct.
ever.
Not for that. Not for that.
Oh shit! But yeah, I think it all comes down to the maturity level because a lot of these questions were geared to the male perspective of situations that females find themselves in. And if a dude ain't mature enough to handle that shit, he not gonna be able to handle that shit. You see what I'm saying? So he is gonna feel some kind of way about a woman making more money to him or having a house and he don't. You see what I'm saying? So it's the maturity level. And even when it comes to the kids, like with the guys moving in and she's already got sons and you taking over that spot or whatever, you know, you got to crawl first.
Yeah.
You can't just come in like, I'm daddy now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they're not going to respond to that shit. They're not. And it's
Especially if the daddy is active.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, if he's a piece of shit, then I understand. But still, even with that, you gotta move smartly with that shit. You know what I mean? So yeah. It's the maturity level plays a big factor in all this shit.
And I can say for me, you know, meet Monique. Bree was a baby. She was a little girl, 7 years old. He wasn't involved, no way, form, or fashion. So I didn't have that hurdle.
Right.
So I don't even know how to really speak on that. But I know I'm opposite of what you saying. Oh, I came in like that.
Okay.
Because this little girl needed a little taste.
It was
You know what I'm
necessary.
saying?
It was
So I
necessary.
came in like that, like, hey, listen, we doing this, we doing that, da 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 da.
Yeah.
I called Monique one day at work. I was like, I'm gonna need you to talk to Bree because she's not gonna get away with shit that Austin can't get away with.
Right. Like
You know what I'm saying? With me.
this
You know
movie
what
got
I'm
a
saying?
new script.
Yeah, yeah. So I came in kind of hot.
I
I ain't
feel
gonna lie.
But see, again, man, that's one of them situations where you got to feel the temperature, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to understand, work the room, so to speak. You got to know, I can't just come at this little girl like this because I ain't her daddy. You know what I'm saying? And the important part is if they got a relationship with their actual father, what you don't want to ever do is jeopardize that.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you for sure become the outside looking
Oh, you be
in dude.
resented for sure.
You know, so if I'm a brother who in that situation, man, I want to make sure that I'm keeping everybody comfortable You know what I'm saying? And I'm taking on my extended kids as if they're my own, but I'm allowing them to work the relationship with me, right? I don't want to force the relationship. And when I mean by forced relationship, I don't want you to automatically look at me as the superior or the disciplinarian, right? I want you to work with me as being your parent. So I got to understand what your hot buttons is, the shit that make you happy and sad, and it can't just always be my way. Right. I can't just jump in here like, I do this, do that, you just can't do that because kids, man, they learn every single day. You know what I'm saying? So they already got a perception of my mama's boyfriend going into it because you ain't the first boyfriend. Right. So they done met some shitholes.
Yeah.
You know, they done seen some people, maybe not really seen them, but heard about them more so than seen them. Because a lot of times the mamas don't bring them around, but, they hearing the conversations. They know, I went out with this dude, he was a dud, or whatever the case of the matter is. So my point is, I think you got to go into the thing using, your own discretion on how you approach them and be open-minded and not just jump in, everything be your way or the highway. Because these kids got feelings and emotions. And if they don't open up and share that shit with you, they'll suppress it. Yeah. And they gon' over time, that's a learned behavior that's really hurting us. Especially with the boys. Yeah. You got to go in there and open up to them little dudes. Find out what make them tick. Yeah. What's happening with y'all? What's going on?
Because best believe that shit gonna manifest in some form.
And they'll tell you if you ask them.
Yeah, they will.
If you just actually ask them, hey man, what's happening? They will actually tell you.
I'll say this, man. My mother gave me a gym so long ago, and I never thought about it until I met Monique. She said, "You take the woman, you take the child."
Hell yeah,
it's a package.
Like just flat the fuck out,
they
bro.
together.
Like this the realest shit she ever fucking told.
Yeah, they together, bro.
Yeah, yeah. So you can't look at a woman that's got kids and judge her on some BS because you don't know the circumstances that brought her to where she's at
right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you meet that woman, she's got kids, dude, take them kids in like they're yours. I'm not saying shit on the father if he's in a relationship, if he's involved in the kid's life. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, how would you want somebody you met to treat your kid?
Right.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, it's one big ass family.
Yeah.
The Brady Bunch. That was a perfect example.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Right? Long ass time ago.
Everybody got to
They showed us a blended family will work as we was little ass kids.
Yeah, it worked. It can work.
Hell yeah, it'll work.
Yeah, it'll work.
Man, anything will work if both of y'all working together.
What Kale said when he said he sit people down and talk to them about counseling, if you wanted to work and she wanted to work,
that shit gonna
nothing
work.
I can tell y'all.
Yeah. Flat out.
Yeah.
Y'all, hey, we sitting here together just having a conversation for nothing because if both of y'all want this to work, it's gonna work.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, y'all gonna work together. Now, if one of y'all over here like, well, I want to change her a little bit. I like all this, but I don't really like that. But I don't want to tell her. I want to just wait and see. I want to try. You got a problem from day one.
Yeah.
Because that little bit right there, it may be just this little today. Then 2 years from now, that shit get a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. Now you want to, man, what the hell happened? Why did you what happened? How y'all just all of a sudden get divorced? Oh, we've been disconnected for years and we just ain't really seen eye to eye for years. Well,
damn it.
And that's a cop out because you disconnected with your damn job and you don't see the eye to eye with them motherfuckers, but you take your ass there every day and make it happen.
On time.
You hate that fucking place with a passion.
You figure a way out.
But your ass will walk around smiling like a motherfucker.
You figure a way out for yourself.
Good morning, Jim. How you doing?
So you can be productive in this motherfucker. Right.
How's the kids? How's the family?
And you coming that motherfucker every day. Be like, hey, top of the morning to you, Tom.
Exactly.
Yeah?
You want to do that same shit in your own house.
That's
right.
Crazy.
You got to be intelligent enough to know that it's going to take some tweaks. It's going to take some rewiring in certain areas. And working together is the only way you're going to get that shit done.
Flat out. And you got to work together because we literally at a point where this shit, man, I swear I wish millions of people watched us, man, because we are at a breaking point. There is so many 25 to 35-year-olds right now that are fucked up.
The black
because
family,
they can't find mates.
The black family is an endangered species. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Yep.
Growing up, how we grew up, Like you had your father and your mother, your stepfather and your mother.
Mm-hmm.
You had both your parents. I had my mother, but my father was there.
Yeah.
You know, he was around and shit. But it's like now it's just I'm just dropping babies anywhere I fucking feel.
Anywhere.
Like,
That ain't no man
and she
shit,
gonna
man.
take care of 'em.
That ain't no man shit.
Nah, I don't think so.
That ain't no man
Like
shit.
that
at
Nick
all,
Cannon
bro.
shit. That's trash.
That's not
to
no
me.
man. No. Hold up. That motherfucker's
you
rich.
Find that shit with me.
He's rich.
So,
And so I gotta mix emotion. That might be a whole nother show.
Yeah,
But I gotta mix
it
emotion
could.
on that part because he's wealthy enough to be able to leave a legacy and financial stability to all of them kids.
okay.
So
But how-
What about the
much of-
relationship they want with their father?
now
Right,
that's
how
gonna be
much of
hard
a
to do
factor can he play in
because
their life, though?
it's hard to have a relationship when you got that many kids. You know, it's now some people say they can do it.
Not under the same
Sean
roof.
Kemp, you know, he pulled it off with all his kids. He had like 8, 9 kids.
Yeah.
He was able to do that. So it happens. It can happen. But the one positive thing about a wealthy man like Nick Cannon is that the money that you have, that you leave behind, can actually go to a black family.
Yeah.
You know,
Unless
so
one of them marry a white girl.
no, but
That
that don't got
bullshit,
nothing to do
you
with
know what's
Nick.
gonna happen with that?
That don't got nothing to do with Nick Cannon.
No, I'm saying unless one of them marry a white girl.
Yeah, but
and
that
make
still don't have to
family
do with
rich.
Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
The start, what he's done is, though, all of that money that he got can potentially be left to multiple black families.
You can.
You know what I'm saying? So how they choose to do whatever they do with it, that's on them. But he has put a situation where I got all these kids, but guess what? I can take care of all of them.
Yeah.
And I can leave some shit for all of them.
There's a difference when you can take care of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
when
what
I got
I'm
the
saying
cheese.
is, look at all these athletes. And my first wife was white, but I ain't no rich nigga, so it didn't matter.
Right, right.
But what I'm saying is, look at all these rich black dudes that have married white, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not shitting on that, but what all I'm saying is, you took money, and maybe that family, her family, wasn't wealthy like that. You just made them wealthy. That's what I'm saying when I say that.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot, man.
Yeah,
That's
you
always been a
just
topic
made-
of conversation.
You just created generational wealth in a white family.
That's been a topic of
Not a
conversation in our household since my son was in the 6th, maybe 8th grade, because I knew back then he was going to be a scholarship athlete to college.
Yeah.
So we started having those conversations early on.
Yeah.
Like, okay, the first step is to be a college player, and then the next step after that, obviously, is to be an NFL player.
Yeah.
So we started putting that shit in his mind early on. When you get to college, you know, here's the things.
They come.
Because I used to be a college athlete, so I can tell you this was going to happen.
We wasn't college athletes, and we know they
But
coming.
this was gonna happen, right? This was gonna happen, right? So he knew up front this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
So we started making those plans, you know what I'm saying, when he was young. But my wife has always been big on, in her mind, you know, if he had made it to the NFL, these are the things that we need to make sure that we do with the finance part. We want to make sure that not only does he live a good life, but his kids, grandkids, and everything that come behind that, there needs to be something out of this pie. Right? So if this pie is, let's just say $10 million,
Yeah.
well, you know, most people can't live a life long on $10 million. You can't live your whole life on just $10 million. It just ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
And that's one of the other things that happens with professional athletes. A lot of people think, well, you got this dude that made $50 million. Okay, well, he did.
He probably walked
But
away with 25.
out of the $50 million, he had to pay tax.
Had to pay
Right? So that's like 50% of the shit. Right? So out of that shit, what's left over, he also had to pay his agent.
they're gonna get 10-20%.
Well, typical is like 3%.
Okay.
Right, and then you got a publicist, you got all these other people that got to get money. So you got about 10% combined of all this other stuff that's got to get paid. So, I mean, if you break the shit down, you go from 50 million down to 25 million, down to about 18, 17 million, and then you got to buy your mama a house,
You got to.
right? Or not, you got to buy a house or two. That's coming out of that. You got to buy a couple cars. You're gonna get fresh. So it's not unrealistic for those guys to actually spend a lot of money and not have a lot left over when they retire. So the thing is let's spend some of that money and have some fun with a little bit of it. But let's take a big picture and say, let's put some of this shit up. My wife was thinking that shit back then.
Back then.
Like, if this dude actually make it, we need to be able to say, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get this nigga an allowance. and you go jack, and I'm saying we gonna give them, you're gonna give yourself an allowance,
Yeah.
right? And you're gonna spend X, Y, and Z, and that's what our plan was.
Yeah.
Now it didn't happen, so it's all hindsight at this point. But it's the funny thing is he got a homeboy who is currently playing, and we just had this conversation last night. He's a current player, and he getting money, but his financial advisor ain't really giving him good financial advice. And the only reason he's sticking with this dude is because he come from an environment in which he don't know no better. Right? So at the end of the day, you trusting somebody else to tell you how much money to spend and how much money you got, and you got no control of that.
Yeah.
We saw so many of that shit, you know what I'm saying? And that's why my wife was really involved, like, hold on. We gonna make sure my son ain't in this situation. So now the young man we talking about, I would like to make sure I reach out to him and figure out a way to help it, So 20 years from now, he ain't just out the box.
That's a sticky situation because he could take it the wrong way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We know where your heart is at with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he could potentially take that shit the wrong way, and now you got a problem. Him and your son might not be as tight, and but you only looking out for him. But at that age, bro, you come on.
Because you got to be able to see that big picture, right?
Yeah.
We all see right now. You know what? Yeah, today you getting money.
Yeah.
But what's gonna happen when the team come back and be like, hold on, bro, you know what? We really liked your ass last year, but we done drafted,
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
that's a business, right? That
Yeah.
shit is called the NFL, not for long.
baby.
They have a draft every year, so it's gonna be a matter of time when they be tapping you on the shoulder. Hey man, we liked your back pedal and we liked all this here and the other, but we done drafted somebody else. And I said it to say, man, a lot of those guys don't have a lot of other skills. So now you find yourself, 27, 28 years old, and you got some money in the bank, but you don't really have no means to make additional money.
You
That's
got
a
to
scary
figure some
place
shit
to
out
be.
for sure. Because if you're living a certain lifestyle, like you said, say you got the 18 million in the bank. If you're living a certain lifestyle, that's not gonna sustain you.
If you ain't got none else coming in,
Like,
When them checks stop coming,
yeah.
what the fuck you gonna do now?
if you ain't got none else coming in, man, that shit go fast. You
Yeah.
can't have an entourage every night. You're buying, women bags and whatever they do with
Bottles
their
and
money.
shit. Yeah.
You can be in a situation like Adrian Peterson. I just heard about that the other day.
I saw that shit, man.
Yeah, man.
That boy broke, man.
Man, he tried to play football till he was damn near 100.
I know.
Did y'all realize he was still making rosters up until a couple years ago for
Yeah.
a reason?
Yeah.
He ain't just keep coming back to
crazy.
keep playing football because he wanted to.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Especially after I heard about that 30th birthday party he threw.
Well, I ain't hear about that.
Oh, yeah. In Houston. Oh, he flew, I think, 300 people in first class, put them in 5-star hotels for the weekend. This motherfucker had camels, fucking belly dancers, snake charmers, the whole
Oh, wow.
nine.
What the?
They say it was possibility. I think that was like 2015, 2016, that he may have spent $3 million on that fucking party alone. The following year is when he took out that first loan with the car dealership in
Yeah.
Pittsburgh for like $5.2 million.
Took out a loan with a car.
He got 2 loans. He got one for 3 and one for 5, and now he don't have the money to pay that shit back. So they seizing his fucking assets.
God.
That's shit I do for a living, man. That's called floor planning.
Yeah,
That's exactly what I do for a living. We loan them car dealerships money to buy inventory. And when you sell the cars, you're supposed to pay us back. But if your ass don't pay us back,
We coming for something.
oh, we gonna hook you. I'm definitely gonna hook you. I'm gonna hook you. I'm gonna bring the car hauler in. I'm hooking you, baby. I'm coming to get all them
hook and
some bitches
book.
off your lot.
look at book.
I'm hooking your ass. I'm coming to get all the cars off your lot.
Oh,
I'm hooking you
man.
flat out.
All right, man. Well, yeah, this was a productive session.
Yes, sir.
This shit is like therapy.
Little bit.
All right, well,
I
give
tell
us
you,
a
man, I
little
learn something from y'all brothers every time we
Me too,
talk,
bro.
man. You know what I'm saying? Because
Deadass.
I find myself in situations when I go home, me and my wife, we might run into a conflict or something. I work the shit a little bit different because of the communication
Me
that
too,
I've been
bro.
having on this
Me
show,
too.
man.
Me too.
I can't tell people more than enough. I don't have a perfect marriage.
Right.
I don't do this shit to come and tell y'all no shit that they ain't real to me. Me and my wife still have ups and downs.
Yes.
We still go through that shit. And I've been married 28 fucking years. You know what I'm saying? So I said it to say there's going to be times where it happens in every single marriage. But being able to air the shit out, have open communication will help.
Yeah.
And it ain't always somebody trying to look down on you or dictate to you about what you're doing wrong. It's about you just being able to have open communication and nobody actually trying to, you know, look at you in any kind of way. You know what I mean? Just that's what's going to save the marriage.
Yeah, and that's why I call us professional fucking husbands.
Professional.
Dude, we got over 20 years in the game.
Yeah.
28, 24, 24.
24.
Bruh, we got some skin in the motherfucking game.
No doubt.
Now, I'm not saying we did it right all the time.
No.
What I'm
But we
saying
stood
is
the test of time for a reason.
listen and learn. There you go. There you go. Listen and fucking learn, man.
No doubt.
So you got something before we get out of here?
Oh, I'm done. I mean, I gave my shout outs to my sister-in-law,
Okay.
Kirsten, for coming with the content.
Right on.
You know what I mean?
Kristen, you said Kristen Simon?
Kirsten.
Kirsten Simon.
Yes, sir.
He about to look it up.
Shout out to Kirsten Simon. Because we related
Yeah.
somewhere.
Somewhere.
That is breaking
I'm going to get
so
my
much
Aunt Teeny
joy.
I'm
involved.
telling you.
I'm gonna get my Aunt Teeny involved, god dog. My Aunt Teeny know all. I'm telling you, my Aunt Teeny know everybody in our family.
Okay.
She can take you all the way back to Steve Harvey.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's wild.
yeah, and my family too, man.
But yeah. And then she's introduced me to some other people who have, you know, dropped in their little input.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We professional husbands, but that's not saying we know every fucking thing.
Right.
You know?
We still learning.
Still learning.
Yeah.
And then a wise man
OJT.
always knows his limitations. You see what I'm saying? So it's some shit that I'm not thinking of, or we not thinking of that people out there are thinking. So so shoot it to us. What the hell you want us to talk about?
Yeah.
What do you want us to, you know, take on? So yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you said, it's like therapy.
Yeah, dude, it is. It's really like therapy, and we surely appreciate y'all for stopping through with us because guess what? We professional husbands, and we ain't got shit to do today. I ain't got nothing to do today. You got something to do today?
You know, it's shit. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
for real?
Huh?
You got something to do?
Of course.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I ain't got shit to do. You
I
got something to do?
fulfilled my obligations last
Yeah,
night.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, my obligations have been filled. So that's all I'm saying. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm good for it. I'm good today.
Well, there's always a box for me to check.
All right.
I ain't gonna hold you up.
All right.
I done cleaned out the garden and shit. I was back there like Kunta yesterday, bro.
Oh, yeah.
What
my
you see
family
the
don't
trash
know.
man come? I got so many damn leaf bags.
Bruh.
I was Kunta yesterday. Getting the
You get
backyard
done with
together.
this bathroom down here, I'm gonna have so much shit to throw.
Pedro, I know your ass ain't looking at this shit. I'm gonna tell you right now, Pedro, we on your ass, brother.
That's the guy that's doing our bathroom. He's gonna get with Troy and do his bathroom. I don't think he watched the podcast, but
Pedro, we on your ass, brother. Telling his ass right now, Pedro, too high,
too high, Pedro.
too high, too high.
Joe.
Yeah,
Too Joe.
Pedro.
I think I'm gonna scale him down a little bit. My guy.
Tell that motherfucker, I'm not El Chapo, motherfucker.
Nah, I don't
Calm it
need
down,
you to do no
goddamn.
tunnel.
Nah.
Too
nah,
much.
Nah, maybe we need to put this shit on Telemundo.
Yeah,
Too
or
much.
something.
Telemundo.
Well, you know, he's got an app. We can change everything to Spanish.
I fuck
Hey,
around.
I'm
Turn
just
on
saying.
Telemundo. I
I'm just
found me
saying.
another Pedro. Pedro ass better straighten up.
ESPN Deportes.
Deportes.
Too much,
Shout out
Pedro.
to Pedro.
Pedro, too high. Too high, Pedro. Too high, Pedro. Come
No.
down, Pedro. I'm
Yeah,
poor man, Pedro.
I'm gonna work Pedro down my goddamn.
Pedro walked in my house like, oh yeah, this is sweet.
Yeah, ain't no need doing all
That
that.
motherfucker walked in like, oh yeah, this is sweet. How much for the bathroom, Pedro? 20,000. Motherfucker, get out.
How you got a price already?
That motherfucker walked in looking. He didn't even measure shit.
He already knew.
He just looked around like, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He
Well, I
charged
can
me
get
the
it all
same
together
shit.
for you.
Bro,
I can
he
take
looked
care of
at the
everything for
space.
you.
He looked at the space. That nigga was like, 10 racks. I was like, well, my wife ain't trying to spend nothing like that, so I don't know about that.
That shit ain't happening.
And then the shit slowly started coming down.
Yeah, I took Pedro ass way down. Like, Pedro, too high.
Too
much,
let him
motherfucker.
finish what he got going on. I got the rest.
I feel you. I feel you.
But yo, we appreciate y'all for stopping through and chilling with us and kicking it with us today. I'm Perry.
And I'm Trouble T. Roy.
Got Vince.
And we out of this mother scratcher.
Peace.
In the game, they know that I'm a ball. Working around the clock, so I ain't never taking off. And I'm working this hard for a reason. Been a minute trying to make it right. Saying, baby, this is our season.